Did you know that many of our adult struggles, the self-doubt, fear of rejection, the endless overthinking, can be traced all the way back to our childhood? What if your anxiety isn't something wrong with you, but a signal from a part of you that's still waiting to feel safe, loved, and understood? You see, inside each of us lives a younger self, an inner child who absorbed everything that happened around us. Every argument, every moment of neglect, every word that told us we weren't enough. And even though we've grown up, those early emotional imprints remain, shaping how we think, feel, and react to the world today. This is where reparenting comes in the sacred act of becoming the loving, patient, nurturing parent that your inner child always needed. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale peace, exhale tension. Because today, we're going to explore how to reconnect with your inner child, soothe their pain, and finally give yourself the unconditional love you've always deserved. Many of us didn't grow up with emotionally available caregivers. Our parents might have done their best, but maybe they were overwhelmed, distracted, or simply didn't know how to nurture emotions because no one ever nurtured theirs. So we learned to survive by suppressing, by shrinking, by pretending everything was okay. We learned that love had to be earned, that being quiet, good, or invisible might keep us safe. We learned to self-abandon just to feel a little bit accepted. And here's the truth. The patterns we live out today, people-pleasing, perfectionism, emotional walls, codependency, these are not character flaws. They are survival strategies. They were born from a time when our only goal was to feel safe. But survival is not the same as living. Reparenting your inner child is about gently moving from survival mode to creation mode, from reaction to conscious love. So what does it actually mean to reparent yourself? It means you begin to offer yourself the things you didn't receive growing up: consistency, protection, compassion, permission to feel, and unconditional love. The first step is awareness. Start noticing when your inner child shows up. You'll feel it as that tightness in your chest when someone criticizes you, or the rush of anger when you feel ignored. Or maybe that familiar loneliness when you just want someone to say, "I see you." In those moments, pause. Don't push it away. That emotion is your inner child calling for you. And all they want to hear is, "I'm here now. I won't leave you again." You can even place your hand over your heart and whisper, "I love you. You're safe now." At first it might feel strange, but what you're really doing is reprogramming your nervous system to associate love with safety, not danger. One of the most powerful tools in reparenting is visualization. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and picture your younger self maybe at age 6 or 10, or even as a teenager who felt misunderstood. See their eyes. Notice their posture. Feel what they might be feeling. Now, imagine your adult self walking toward them, calm, grounded, open-hearted. They look up at you. Maybe they're scared at first. Maybe they don't trust Isleon. That's okay. You simply kneel beside them and say, "I'm here for you now. You don't have to carry this alone anymore." Let them hug you, cry, or even get angry. Your job isn't to fix them, it's to hold space for them. That moment of inner connection begins to rewrite years of neglect and separation. This practice, when repeated, builds a bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. And every time you walk across that bridge, you bring a little more light into the shadowed corners of your past. Another essential technique is inner child journaling. This is where you allow your younger self to speak freely without judgment, without filters. You can begin with a simple prompt. "What do you need me to know today?" or "How are you feeling right now?" And write whatever comes through. Don't analyze it. Don't censor it. Just let that part of you express. Sometimes they'll write about fears. Other times they'll share dreams, regrets, or even anger. Once your inner child is spoken, switch to your adult self, the reparenting self, and respond to what you just read. Offer comfort, clarity, and love. You might write, "Thank you for trusting me. You didn't deserve to feel alone. I'm proud of you for surviving. And I promise from this day forward, I'll take care of you." That simple dialogue can shift years of emotional energy that's been locked inside. And then there's nurturing self-talk, the everyday language you use with yourself. Most people don't realize how harsh their inner voice has become. If you listen closely, you might notice it says things like, "I can believe I did that again," or "I'm so stupid," or "No one really cares about me." But remember, every word you speak internally is being heard by your inner child. So what would happen if you began speaking to yourself the way a loving parent would? Imagine saying instead, "Hey, I know you tried your best. It's okay to make mistakes. You're still worthy. You're still enough." That voice becomes your new inner parents, steady, kind, and safe. Over time, this new pattern begins to heal the nervous system. You stop reacting from fear and start responding from love. You start feeling a gentle confidence, the kind that doesn't depend on other people's approval, because it's rooted in self-trust. Here's the secret many people overlook. Reparenting isn't about fixing the past. It's about loving yourself in the present. It's about integrating all parts of you, the child who was scared, the teenager who was rebellious, and the adult who was finally ready to feel free. Let me share a story. A woman once told me she had spent years in therapy analyzing her trauma, understanding every pattern, yet she still felt empty. Then one day, she found a childhood photo of herself. She must have been around 7 and something shifted, looked into her own eyes and whispered, "I'm so sorry you had to be so strong." And for the first time, she felt compassion, not just understanding. That moment, she said, was the beginning of her true healing. Because when you finally stop blaming yourself for what happened, and you start embracing the child within you with love, everything changes. Yes. Reparenting also means creating safety in your body. When you were little and felt scared, your body stored that fear. So now when you're triggered, your inner child still reacts as if danger is happening right now. To help them feel safe again, use grounding techniques. Take slow, deep breaths. Feel your feet on the floor. Wrap your arms around yourself. Even whisper, "It's okay. I'm here. You're safe." Each time you do this, you're retraining your nervous system to return to peace instead of panic. You're showing your inner child that safety doesn't come from others anymore. It comes from you. As this process deepens, something miraculous happens. You start to feel more joy. You laugh more easily. You allow yourself to rest without guilt. You trust again, because the child who once had to hide finally feels free to play, to create, to shine. That's the true purpose of reparenting, not just to heal pain, but to reclaim the innocence, creativity, and wonder that trauma once stole from you. When your inner child feels safe, your adult self begins to flourish. You naturally attract healthier relationships, set better boundaries, and live more authentically. Because you're no longer seeking love from others, you've learned to be love itself. So as we close, take a moment to imagine your inner child standing before you once more. They look at you, maybe with tears in their eyes, maybe with a smile. You reach out your hand and they take it. You say, "I've got you. I'm proud of you." And from now on, we're walking this path together. That is reparenting. That is wholeness. That is love. If this message spoke to your heart, I invite you to share your story or your reflections in the comments below. Your words may help someone else realize they're not alone on this healing journey. And when you're ready, watch the next video on how to release emotional triggers and find inner peace. It's the perfect next step. The more peace you bring to your inner world, the more power you reclaim in your outer one. You are worthy of healing, you are worthy of love, and the child within you has always been waiting to hear that. Thanks for watching.